welcome back. There is a live look outside from the Oregon coast. It looks so beautiful there from our In It Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Okay, do you wear your wedding ring on vacation or do you wear gold jewelry into the pool? Your answer might be, of course, but our next guest says there are steps to take to make sure your jewelry not only stays safe, but also in the best condition. Here to share more, we welcome jewelry expert Rachel Akmakjian. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
A lot of us are hitting the road this weekend. It's great timing to talk about this. So what are your thoughts on traveling with high-end things? Like a lot of us, our wedding ring is probably our most prized possession.
Absolutely. So traveling with jewelry is always a bit of a risk, but as you mentioned, like your engagement ring, your wedding ring, those are very personal pieces. Like you don't want to leave them behind. They almost become a part of you, right? So if you are traveling with jewelry, just take the proper precautions. Have an inventory, know what you're taking, know that the safest place is on your body so you can keep track of it, and make sure that you have insurance coverage for it as well.
And then what about air travel? I would imagine that putting jewelry in a checked bag is not the best idea.
Yes, please never do that. So checked luggage, one, it can be lost, stolen, damaged, but it's also out of supervision. Like when it leaves your possession, it's not supervised all the time. So you don't know what's happening, who's getting in there. And so it's always best if you're traveling by air, keep your jewelry either in a traveling kit in your carry-on bag, or again, I like it on my person so that I can kind of see and check and always feel for it and make sure it's still there.
What about you get to your destination, you're staying in a hotel. Is the hotel safe a good option?
If it's not on your body, then the next safest place would be the hotel safe. Now, I say that with caution because there have been some horror stories where, safes have been compromised. So do your research. One, know where you're going, what the location is, kind of the crime rates of the place you're traveling to. Make sure your hotel offers that as an accommodation. And then when I am staying at a hotel, I typically will, and traveling with jewelry, I'll opt out for the housekeeping, like turnout service, just to make sure that, my jewelry is not at risk, for anyone else entering the room.
Okay, so what about you're out and about, you're having a great time, all that chlorination in the pool and the hot tub, is that hard on gold and silver?
Yes, it's, so the gold itself, we'll talk about gold and then we'll talk about silver. Gold itself is not going to be affected by chlorine, but gold in its pure state is very soft. So we typically have to alloy it with other metals to strengthen it so that we can wear it every day. And so it's those metals that, and actually the bond and how they bond to the gold, that weakens over time with chlorine. So that's why your wedding ring cracks and your chains break, because that chlorine is going to weaken the gold over time. For silver, it just kind of prematurely makes it tarnish and changes the color, and it's just not as beautiful as the day that you bought it or the day that it was gifted to you.
Okay, and then what about if you're heading to a beach, the salt water, that's a whole different problem.
Yep. So again, gold is going to be corrosion resistant. So it's not the gold that will be affected. It's the metals that we use to alloy it. Those are going to get discolored, dull, weakened over time. Also, people don't realize, ocean water can be colder. I mean, I guess it depends on which ocean, but in cold water, your fingers will get slimmer. And so something that might fit you normally on a given day can actually slide right off in the water when your fingers get a little bit thinner. So just kind of some things to think about as well.
I think all of us either have been through that, unfortunately, or know somebody who has. It's just the worst feeling, which I guess brings me to my next question, insurance for your jewelry.
Yeah, insurance is extremely important. There's a general rule of thumb, like value-wise, like anything over $1,000, make sure you have jewelry insurance. My call out or my recommendation is for you to ask the question yourself. If this was lost, regardless of value, if it's jewelry that's made of a fine nature, so we're talking gold, precious gems, platinum, regardless of the cost, if it's something that would break your heart if you lost it, jewelry insurance is something you should consider.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Great tips.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll see you guys next time.
Of course, we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.